I got to be honest. I thought Aaron Rodgers needed a little more than 30 seconds to move down the field. But, just your takeaway on Aaron's last drive. That's sort of what he does, right?
Yeah, that's just what Aaron do. You give him 37 seconds and a little bit of time, he can make some plays. And he pretty much beat the 49ers with 2 plays and good clock management. And, the San Francisco 49ers, they got to be kicking themselves in the butt right now because they could have took away the middle of the field and made them work to the sidelines, and they didn't do it. But Aaron knows that. He knows where the voids are in the defense. He knows where the gaps are when they playing the cover too high. And, those coverages that when they try to keep things in front of him. So it just came back to bite him. But both quarterbacks played winning football, and it just came down to Green Bay and the savvy veteran, putting them out of their misery.
Garoppolo gets a lot of heat, but as you know, Michael, it's very hard when you got a couple of minutes, you trail, everybody knows you have to throw, and the Packers secondary is pretty darn talented. I know everybody doesn't like Garoppolo. I thought that was one of his best NFL moments. I really did. That drive, I thought, boy, that he earned a lot of credibility with that coaching staff. That was my takeaway. What did you see?
And you know what, Colin, it didn't even surprise me. I look at Jimmy G as one of the top-tier quarterbacks in the league. He don't get a lot of respect, but his resume over the years shows me that he can play the position. So I wasn't shocked that he led the team down the field. Just some bad breaks here and there, and, this team wins this football game easily. But Jimmy has what it takes. I think this will silence the critics. I think this will, kind of just shut the fan base up in terms of getting Trey Lance out on the field. The best chance at winning right now, I think, is with Jimmy G, and let the young guy just learn from Jimmy as the weeks go on.
It's interesting when I watch the Rams. They played, Michael, a nearly perfect football game. They were great in the red zone, great on third down. They had one penalty. Stafford was a little nervous early and a little hot. The ball was high. That was a big game for Matt. He settled down. He played well. It's funny. You and I both love Deshaun Jackson. He adds a real speed component, but his health is kind of a concern. So I'm not sure if you can rely on him for 17 weeks. But that receiving core, Cooper Kupp, is there a guy in the league that gets less press? What do you make of Cooper Kupp?
Cooper Kupp, he's always open. He's a great route runner, in and out of breaks. He knows when to sit in zone, when to run in man, and he's a smart football player. He's the guy that makes everybody else accessible. He's the reason why Deshaun won't have to play a majority of the snaps. Him and Robert Woods. Cooper Kupp is one of the top elite receivers in the league. It just showed his chemistry with Matthew Stafford and how they connected on so many occasions, and in essence opened up the entire field for Deshaun on the deep ball, and he just helped show what coverages are going to be. He helps the defense in terms of the offense, in terms of dictating what the defense is trying to play. When he's just positioned in different spots. So one of the premier players in the league. He's going to continue to get better. He's going to continue to help this franchise grow.
Michael, when you are you concerned about Kansas City's defense, or do you just chalk it up to, Cleveland ran the football on them. Cleveland runs the football on everybody. Justin Herbert was great against them. Justin Herbert's great. Or give me your thoughts about Herbert and what you saw from the Chiefs' defense, because it's been gouged now a couple of times this year.
Yeah, Justin Herbert just continues to shine, and he's getting better each and every week. Last year, he showed what he can do. He played at an all-time high. He played at a extremely high level, and he's continuing to do that. He's continuing to get better. And on offense for the Chargers, you look at Keenan Allen, you look at the run game, it's all starting to gel. And then on the defensive side of the ball, they just giving them plenty of opportunities. Asante Samuel Jr. is playing great football, and Derwin James is playing great ball on the defensive side of the ball. So he's getting the opportunities and making the most of it, and really a field goal away from being 3-0. So it's fun to watch a guy like him just continue to get better and better, keep putting pressure on defenses and continuing to learn. He's one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league right now for sure.
Yeah. Do you worry about the Chiefs' defense at all? What do you see? Do you see too many holes? What do you see with Andy Reid's defense?
Yeah, I just think they're giving up a lot of chunk plays, and even though they played two of the top run defenses or run run teams in the league in Baltimore in week 1, and then Baltimore week 2, Cleveland week 1. It still was, they still supposed to play better football than that. After the run they had last year, I just don't think, they playing at their best. I do think Steve Spagnuolo's defense will continue to get better as the year go on, but it has to happen sooner than later. They can't continue to ask Patrick Mahomes to score points, 30-plus points every game, Colin. Yeah. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, now we've said this before. You can't ask your quarterback to win shootouts because you're going to lose a bunch. That's just the reality of the league. They're asking Mahomes now to win a shootout every week. Finally, I got to admit, I whiffed on the Raiders. What do you, 3-0, toughest division arguably in the AFC. What do you make of the Raiders right now?
Well, I just think right now the Raiders have toughened up a little bit. John Gruden in year 4 is really showing that he's catching up in terms of offense. Derek Carr playing some of his best ball. He's playing some winning football, and they just look like a tougher football team right now. It was a tough win versus the Dolphins yesterday. They won it in overtime, and wins like that build character. So I think John's message is coming across the right way. Derek Carr is buying in, and they got a nice receiving core led by Ruggs. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do in the AFC West. They got to continue to keep better and continue to keep getting better. Get ready for Kansas City. Get ready for the Chargers because that's going to be their biggest test.
Good stuff, Michael Vick on a Monday. Great seeing you, my man. Spend the rest of the day having fun. Appreciate it. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.